We thought 2021 was weird, right? 2022 keeps getting stranger and stranger. Well, we've done an incredible amount of things in the 1 year that we've been operating, right? We've stood up programs, deployments, augmentations, our advocacy work with the PACT Act. That's just year one. We believe we'll be in 5 years. I think that we could be an organization that is operating at the same level as some of these larger VSOs, providing solutions, alternative modalities to our community in healing, and making sure that we are encouraging healthy mind, body, and spirit, right? And finding ways to do that with our community and with our resources. We've donated a lot of our time, resources, money, capital. We've been involved in rebuilding a town. Not many people know about that. Opening up the nation's monuments during sequestration many years ago. There's some significant issues that were within the veteran community. We all know that they exist, right? We see groups and organizations and charities popping up all over the country because there is a big problem. Veteran suicide continues to be an issue within our community. Food insecurities is a huge problem within our active duty military forces. A third of our active duty is on some sort of food stamps and subsidy from the federal government. Our warfighters should be worried about putting rounds on target rather than food on their table. We're thinking about the veterans that survived the 20-year war and the things that they're having to deal with, from TBI, PTS, toxic exposures, all these different things that just are so unique to the veterans cohort that you're not going to find out in private industry or the private sector or the civilian world. It's only natural for the foundation to exist and for the company to evolve into putting more attention, more resources into this area of work, right? And looking at these areas that need to be addressed and finding sustainable solutions to those things. And they're not always going to be the status quo, right? And I think that's where the foundation really does its great work, is finding alternative methods to healing our community. 2022, we will donate over 12 hyperbaric chambers to 12 veterans that are deserving and in need of that style of modality of treatment. So it's very important, the work that we're doing. And ultimately, the goal is to end veteran homelessness, right? But we can't do any of those things until we are making sure that the family is sustained, that they have the ability to transition adequately and effectively into the civilian marketplace, and making sure that they're mentally sound and healthy. What we are looking at and where we're focused. So it's mental health and wellness, it's veteran sustainment and transition, it's food insecurities, and it's veteran homelessness. And inside of all those four pillars are opportunities that we see in the foundation that we can address these issues. So far this year, we've delivered over 80,000 pounds of food to the active duty. Let me say that one more time. We've delivered over 80,000 pounds of food and household items to the active duty family. It is a heartbreaking moment when you hand a bag of food to an active duty family and they're crying, saying thank you for receiving food. And again, these deployments are meant to put $500 back into these families' pockets so that they can pay another bill, get ahead on something, take their family out to do something that they haven't been able to do, right? Because the husband or the wife has been in the field, or they just don't have the money to get it done. Being on the other end of helping those individuals and seeing that impact directly when you put that bag of food into the back of their car, there's nothing like it. The work the foundation is doing, the advocacy for our community, is not going to stop with the PACT Act. The PACT Act was just the beginning, right? Is the PACT Act the perfect thing? Absolutely not, right? It's a bill that was turned into law, and it sets the foundation to open up the doors for many other opportunities to make that bill stronger, better, more effective. I think what you're seeing is Grunt Style is becoming an adult. We're through our puberty, right? And now we're getting our feet and we're starting to take the long strides of adulthood. We just left the house and we got a whole world ahead of us, right? And do I think that Grunt Style is going to continue to be edgy? 100%. Do I think Grunt Style is continue to be involved in things that make people uncomfortable? You're goddamn right. And do I think that Grunt Style is going to be a company that continues to make change within this country? Absolutely, as long as I'm here, and as long as the people that are on the other side of this camera, that work within this building, that make sure that this brand is operating to the best of its standards every day, and are great stewards of this idea of patriotism and pushing it forward to the next generation, I think Grunt Style is going to be just fine. And I think everybody out there is going to love what they're going to see in the future.